Everything on this earth is incredibly beautiful and magnificent. Whether it's forest, mountains, rivers, or animals, they are all very fascinating in their own way. But the most intelligent creature on this planet is considered to be the human, who has the power and ability to change everything. It's not that humans have always ruled the earth. Life has existed on Earth for millions of years, and before the birth of humans, various animals and other creatures ruled here. Today, due to increasing population and technological development, the environment and global warming are being deeply affected. Many countries have implemented various laws to control population growth. However, in countries like India, there are still no strict population control laws, resulting in a population in the billions. But have you ever wondered what would happen if suddenly India's or the entire world's population were to disappear? What if you were the last human on Earth? Would your life continue as it is today? Would your life be filled with extreme hardships, or would you live like a king? To find answers to all these questions, you must watch this video till the end. So let's embark on a journey where you will be the only human left on Earth. If the entire world's population suddenly disappeared and you were the only one left on Earth, this time could be very terrifying for you. First, you need to find out if you really are the last person on Earth or not. For this, you would have to call your family and friends. If your close ones don't answer the phone or you can't reach them, it might mean they are no longer in this world either. However, the human mind is naturally very curious, so you would have to travel several kilometers to find out if there is anyone else on Earth. During this journey, you can use a car or any other vehicle. Since you would be the only human left on Earth, you could use any expensive or luxury car without any trouble. You wouldn't need to spend money to buy it, and no one would stop you from driving it. In this situation, you would feel like a rich person or a king because you would be the master of your desires. If the human population suddenly disappeared, vehicles and cars on the roads would stop where they were or crash into something. This means that even without humans, there would still be a kind of traffic jam on the roads. You could use one car after another, according to your wish. Even if a car runs out of fuel or gets a flat tire, you wouldn't need to worry, as you could easily drive any vehicle available worldwide. But this would only be possible if you know how to drive. If you don't know how to drive, you'd have to travel long distances on foot, which could be very boring and exhausting for you. If you are a man and find a woman's company, it would be the best way to repopulate the Earth. But if you are left alone in the world, your life would change completely. The need for weapons. It is obvious that if the human population disappears from the Earth, the biggest impact would be on animals. Wild animals living in forests would roam freely on the streets, while zoo animals would starve to death due to a lack of food. In such a case, if you are the last human on Earth, these animals could pose a significant threat to you. To protect yourself, you would need to keep weapons. You could keep a gun or a rifle to defend yourself against a sudden attack by a dangerous animal. Additionally, you would need to stay alert at all times as you are alone on this Earth. So think carefully before taking any action. Even if you have weapons, try to keep your distance from animals as much as possible because even with weapons, you can't fight dangerous animals for long. So if you live near a mountainous area or forest, it's best to move to a city immediately. The risk of attacks by wild animals is much higher in mountainous or forested areas. Dams and electricity problems. Dams built on mountains, which control the flow of rivers, will start breaking down without maintenance. This will lead to flooding, and entire villages could be swept away. In such emergency situations, keeping yourself safe and surviving would be extremely difficult. Maintaining the power supply in the village will also be a significant challenge. A single person is not enough to operate a power plant. Therefore, solving the electricity problem and maintaining it will prove to be extremely difficult for you. In such a situation, living alone in mountainous areas will become very difficult. Not only in villages, but also in cities, it will be impossible for a single person to keep power plants running for a long time. As a result, the entire planet will gradually be plunged into darkness at night. To continue using electricity, you will need to rely on alternative energy sources, such as solar panels or generators. This way, even as the only person on Earth, you can use electricity for several years. If you are the last person on Earth, you won't face a food shortage for the first few years. Villages, towns, and cities will already have large stockpiles of food. This means you won't have to worry about food for the first few years, and you can easily sustain yourself. In fact, large malls and warehouses in cities will have plenty of food and drink items. You can choose any type of product you want, and you won't have to spend a single penny. However, many items like wheat, rice, sugar, and fresh fruits and vegetables will gradually spoil due to lack of use. It will be impossible for a single person to consume such a large amount of food, leading to most of it going to waste. However, many other types of dry fruits and canned foods, which are packed to last a long time, will be easily available for you to eat for months. Thus, there won't be a food problem in the early years, but over time, food scarcity could become a significant challenge. Therefore, if you are the last human on Earth, it is essential to learn farming techniques and methods. This way, you can produce your own food and survive for a long time. Additionally, if you are not completely vegetarian, you can arrange your food by hunting animals. Early humans also began their sustenance by hunting before the advent of agriculture. Similarly, you can gather food in the old-fashioned way. Along with food, you'll need to arrange for drinking water, which is essential for life. In the early years, you won't face any shortage of cold drinks and packaged beverages. However, milk and dairy products will spoil quickly, making it difficult to prepare things like tea and coffee. Therefore, you might need to keep a cow or buffalo to meet your milk requirements, so you can solve the problem of milk and its products. Additionally, you can enjoy food from restaurants and fast food outlets like McDonald's, but keep in mind that the food stored there will also start to spoil gradually. So, if you want to use these food sources, you'll need to act quickly, or their freshness might diminish. In such a situation, you won't be able to enjoy fast food for a long time, but if you wish, you can prepare your favorite dishes at home. But for this, you'll need to gather the necessary ingredients and tools. With humans disappearing from the Earth, all the clothes and jewelry in stores and malls will be left unused. You can take as many expensive clothes and jewelry as you like for free, because no one will demand money anymore. You can wear branded clothes or collect heaps of diamond and gold jewelry. But even after doing all this, these things won't bring you happiness. That's because you won't be able to share their enjoyment with anyone else. Your loneliness on Earth won't allow you to be happy. Moreover, if you get injured in an accident, finding a doctor for treatment will become a challenging task. If you are a doctor yourself, you can take care of yourself. But if you have no knowledge of treatment, learning first aid will be very essential. You can travel the world. If you are the last person on Earth, you can travel the world without any restrictions. For this, you'll need ships and airplanes. However, if you don't know how to operate these vehicles, traveling the world could be very difficult for you. To deal with this problem, you can use a car or travel on foot. Since you will have control over every house, vehicle, and food item on Earth, you can go wherever you want. But doing so won't be that easy, because traveling long distances or exploring alone can be very boring. In this situation, you'll miss your friends and family a lot. Despite having everything in the world, you won't be able to enjoy them all alone. Environmental changes. It's obvious that if humans suddenly disappear from Earth, it will have a direct impact on the environment. In the absence of humans, forests will start expanding. Houses, cars, and malls on Earth will turn into ruins, and bushes and trees will grow over them. In this situation, whether you like it or not, you'll have to live in the forest instead of the city. Additionally, all the satellites and spacecraft orbiting in space will cease to function. This will either cause them to collide with each other or drift aimlessly in space. Also, with cars and factories no longer operating, pollution on Earth will gradually decrease and greenery will spread. This will make the environment and air cleaner and purer. However, with the increase in greenery on Earth, rainfall will also increase. Due to excessive rain, the water level in rivers and oceans will rise significantly. This will cause cities and countries located along the coastlines to be submerged by floods. Glaciers and ice mountains melting due to global warming will start freezing again. This means that gradually ice will begin to form on Earth, and the temperature will drop due to changes in the weather. As the cold increases, you'll need more resources to survive on Earth. Animals living in warm temperatures will start dying in cold weather. The death of a large number of animals will cause their stench to spread in the air, making it difficult to breathe. Animal population will increase. In the absence of humans, the climate on Earth will change significantly, which will be very beneficial for animals. Due to the expansion of greenery and forests, the number of animals on Earth will begin to increase rapidly. While human-made objects like cars and engines will no longer be usable and will deteriorate, animals will rule everywhere. With an abundance of greenery and plants, there will be no shortage of food and drink for herbivorous animals. Meanwhile, carnivorous creatures will easily find their prey. In such a situation, the last human on Earth will face many difficulties in staying alive. This is because, in the absence of humans, animals will become uncontrollable and aggressive. In this situation, it will be crucial for you to take care of yourself. Besides wild animals, the number of aquatic creatures will also increase rapidly, as there will be no people on Earth to consume fish and seafood. In this scenario, the number of creatures living in the oceans and rivers will increase so much in a short time that you can't even imagine. In such a situation, if you want, you can catch fish to arrange your food, no internet and no entertainment. If you were the last person on Earth, your entire day would become extremely boring. Without humans, there would be no internet connection. As a result, you wouldn't be able to use Instagram or watch any programs for entertainment. Forget about the internet. You wouldn't even be able to enjoy any shows on TV because there would be no producers or actors to create content. Additionally, there would be no satellites or other necessary infrastructure to broadcast programs. This would surely lead to boredom. With no one around, your daily habits would drastically change. The sudden disappearance of all humans from Earth could have a negative impact on your mental health. It's clear that no one can live completely alone on Earth, especially when there is no source of entertainment. In such a situation, it's inevitable that your mind and heart would be affected negatively. It's possible that within a few days, the last person on Earth might fall victim to loneliness and depression. In this scenario, keeping yourself happy and taking care of your well-being would be very challenging. Loneliness is a problem that even in a world full of people can make someone feel isolated, leading to mental illnesses. In many cases, loneliness and depression have driven people to the brink of insanity. Some people, unable to bear the loneliness, lose the will to live and take drastic steps like committing suicide. So, it's possible that the last person on Earth might also end up giving up on life or lose the desire to continue living. Therefore, it wouldn't be wrong to say that no human can live alone on Earth, as everyone needs a companion to share their life with. Challenges with essential resources. A person needs more than just air and food to live a comfortable life. They also need water and fire. But if you are the last person on Earth, you will have to work hard to meet these basic needs. Water won't be supplied to your home because there would be no one left to manage it. In such a case, you would have to fetch water from rivers or ponds to quench your thirst. Similarly, you would need to arrange for fire to cook food on your own. You won't be able to use petroleum and gas for your entire life, and you would also need technical knowledge to use them. In this situation, you likely wouldn't have any specialized techniques for utilizing petroleum and gas. Therefore, you would have to light a fire on your own for cooking. You could use wood and dry shrubs for this purpose. Our ancestors cooked food in a similar way, using wood millions of years ago. While there would be no shortage of oxygen on Earth, due to the abundance of trees and plants, you would be surrounded by a large number of insects and mosquitoes. To protect yourself, you would need to adopt certain measures. Only if you are prepared to face all these challenges should you consider living alone on Earth. Now, just think, if your imagination becomes reality, how would you survive alone on Earth? Could you spend your entire life alone? Could you happily wander around? Could you live without friends or any form of entertainment? To answer these questions, you need to think carefully. So, what are you waiting for? Sit down and reflect on what you would do if you were the last person on Earth. Let us know your thoughts in the comment box. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. To watch more videos like this, click on the video that has appeared in front of you. I'll see you in that video. Thank you.